Now moving to the muscles and nerves of the pharyngeal arch. The first arch, which is also called as mandibular arch, it gives origin to the muscles of mastication, tensor tympani, tensor villi palatini, mylohyoid and anterior belly of digastric. These are derived from the first arch. And the nerve of the first arch is mandibular nerve. Now moving to the second arch, that is a hyoid arch. It is supplied by facial nerve. So it will supply, the muscles will be muscles of facial expression and platysma. Stapes is derived from the second arch cartilage, so stapedius muscle. And anterior belly has been derived from the first arch, so posterior belly is left, so posterior belly of digastric. And it always runs with stylohyoid. So posterior belly of digastric and stylohyoid, it will be derived from the second arch. And the nerve of the second arch is facial nerve. Now the third arch, it has only one muscle, that is stylopharyngeus muscle. This is the muscle of pharynx and it is supplied by glossopharyngeal nerve. Glossopharyngeal nerve is a mainly sensory nerve. It supplies only one motor component, that it supplies only one muscle, and that is stylopharyngeus muscle. Now moving to the fourth arch and the sixth arch. Fourth arch give rise to muscles of the pharynx and a cricothyroid muscle, which is extrinsic muscle of the larynx. So fourth arch give origin to the levator villi palatini and cricothyroid muscle, and this is supplied by superior laryngeal nerve. And sixth arch, that give rise to muscles of the larynx, all the muscles of the larynx except cricothyroid. So these laryngeal muscles are derived from the recurrent laryngeal nerve. So superior laryngeal nerve, which supplies the muscles of the fourth arch, that is cricothyroid and levator villi palatini. They are supplied by superior laryngeal nerve, which is a branch of vagus. And sixth arch, which give rise to most of the muscles of the larynx, that will be supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve. So sixth arch, nerve of the sixth arch is recurrent laryngeal, and nerve of the fourth arch is superior laryngeal. And both nerves are branches of vagus nerve. So nerve of the fourth and sixth arch is 10th nerve. So what will we say? First, second, third, fourth and sixth arches nerves are fifth, that is trigeminal nerve and its mandibular branch, and second arch is by the seventh nerve, third arch by the ninth nerve, fourth and sixth arch by the 10th nerve. Now nerve of the arch, if we say in animals, each arch is supplied by two nerves. One is the post-rheumatic nerve that moves around the cranial border of the arch, and one is the pre-traumatic nerve which runs along the caudal border of the arch. So this is post-traumatic and this is pre-traumatic branch. But in human beings, only post-traumatic branch, which is running along the cranial border of the arch, is present. So each arch has a single nerve in human being, that is post-traumatic branch, but first arch has two nerves, that is post-traumatic and pre-traumatic, both are present. Post-traumatic branch of the first arch is mandibular nerve and pre-traumatic branch of the first arch is cauda tympani nerve. Here you can see this is the first arch, cranial border, caudal border. This is post-traumatic nerve, that is mandibular, and pre-traumatic nerve of the first arch is cauda tympani, which is a branch of facial nerve. Now the second arch, nerve of the second arch or the post-traumatic nerve of the second arch is facial, and the pre-traumatic, in some books it is written that tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal is called as pre-traumatic branch of second arch. Now third arch, nerve of the third arch, post-traumatic nerve of the third arch is glossopharyngeal, that is ninth nerve, and pre-traumatic nerve of the third arch is called as auricular branch of vagus, is called as pre-traumatic nerve of the third arch. But you can remember the post-traumatic nerve, which is the main nerve of the arch, which is first, second, third, fourth and sixth, so 5, 7, 9 and 10th. These are the post-traumatic branches of the arches. Now each mesodermal arch also has a arterial arch. These arterial arch is connecting the ventral aortic sac and dorsal aorta. They are connected by pharyngeal arch arteries. It has been discussed in development of arteries. We have discussed it in previous classes. So each pharyngeal arch artery is moving or passing through the pharyngeal arch. So there are 5 arches. So 5 pharyngeal arch arteries are there. 5th arch artery will degenerate. And first and second also, most of its part will be degenerated, and only remnant is remaining. Remaining part will form of the first arch artery will form the maxillary artery, and second arch artery will form the hyoid artery or the superior artery. So main arteries which forms the arteries of the head and neck will be 3rd, 4th and 6th arch artery. 3rd arch artery will form the common carotid artery and internal carotid artery. 4th arch artery on the left side will form the aortic arch, and on the right side it will form the subclavian artery. And the 6th arch artery forms the ductus arteriosus on the left side and pulmonary artery on the right side. So this is about the pharyngeal arch.